Hi there folks, I'm Ashling from Secular Confessions, and today I have the honour of talking with my successor, both as a representative of Ashtel in Kaila and as representative of the Grand Duchy in Eurovision. She took the nation by storm and won a number of international fans too, with a poignant but extremely catchy song, Freeze to Meet You, about the difficulty of meeting people in real life for the first time. I'm talking, of course, about Adélaïde. Welcome to the studio. How are you doing? Oh, I'm great, thanks, Ashling. Yeah, it's lovely to meet you. And honestly, yeah, I'm on cloud 9 at the moment, which, as we know, is the best cloud. I have not assimilated at all that I won Kaila and I'm going to Eurovision. Like, it's around the corner, but it's still something that is shocking me in the best possible way. And yeah, I'm really excited to share my music and my message with the world. How exactly did you get into music in the first place? Well, pretty much by accident. As a kid in music lessons, the first thing that we were taught to play was the recorder, and I was absolutely useless. They said, Adélaïde, you play that like it was a bagpipe rather than a recorder, and I felt so embarrassed, and I was pretty determined that I would never play music again as the upset little 6-year-old me. But when I became a teenager, I was looking for multiple means of self-expression, let's say, and music was one of them. Poetry was another, and filmmaking was another, but music is the one that has paid the most dividends for me. I was never expecting to become a professional musician, let's say. I just really enjoyed getting my songs out there into the world, performing for live audiences, collaborating with other musicians. I never thought I'd be at this point in time when I'd be representing my country in an international festival. Now, you have quite an original style. It's quite vintage. Why is that? Yeah, I guess my style is, one foot into retro rhythms and another foot into the avant-garde. And I'm trying to bring the two together to bring something that's fresh, but also that revives some of the rhythms of the past, let's say. I wouldn't say that was intentional either in terms of my style. It's just something that has developed over time. And I'd say that it's a big result of the influences that I've had musically because, personally, I grew up listening to the artists of the second and third Luxembourgeois waves. People like Celia, people like the Black Eyes, people like Amélie Robert. These were the sounds that inspired me when I was growing up as a little kid. And when I started making music myself, the first thing that I did was covers of them alongside my own first songs. And yeah, it just gradually developed this style of mine. And I'm really happy to be raising awareness of older Luxembourgeois artists. When I go on tour, I'm always performing a couple of tracks of theirs. And I'm glad to be revitalizing their style, but putting my own spin on it. So you decided to go and join Festival Zumamer, which is the provincial selection of Eshtal. What exactly inspired you to make this push, given that you were pretty, let's say, reticent about participating in festivals before? Well, what pushed me was the fact that finally Kaila was taking place in Eshtal. And, I think I can speak for almost all of us, including you, that this is something that the entire province has been waiting for a long, long, long time. We've been watching with bated breath as some of our greatest artists, like yourselves, like Les Possédés, Eleonora Gardet, all got very, very close to winning, but not quite. And then you changed it all in the year 24, and we finally got the right to host the festival. And I put my name forward as a wild punt, basically. I never thought that I'd even get shortlisted to participate in Festival Zumamer because, I had some fans, I made a little bit of a splash, but in the context of the first ever Kaila in Eshtal, I knew that I was up against much bigger names than mine. And there were so many people from the past who wanted to represent Eshtal and be the first ever, host entry for Eshtal in Kaila. But somehow I got on the short list. Anna and Maël, I know that they are really keen on bringing new voices into Kaila to avoid it becoming stagnant. And I really appreciate that, there's room in the provincial festivals and in the national festivals festival for up-and-comers. But yeah, I joined because I wanted a bit more exposure. I wanted to be there for the first ever Carla in my backyard. I didn't think I was going to win, but I was confident that I could, despite not winning, I could make a splash maybe on the charts, you know, and so that's why I joined, and I still can't believe that I won Festival Zumame. Well, I can definitely understand why you won that and Carla, because, you know, the instant that you dropped this song, it was getting rave reviews from, you know, all over the press in Luxembourg. Tell me, then you got the call that confirmed, yes, we want him in Carla. What was your reaction to that? Well, I was like, wow, things are getting real. You know, when I won Festival Zumame, they said, you know, do you want to go to Carla if you're chosen? And I said, I guess, yeah. But again, I wasn't going there expecting to win. I was just thinking, wow, I'm really proud to be able to represent my neighborhood, my town, my region, you know, and whatever comes of that, I'm proud, you know. And to this day, I'm struggling to assimilate the fact that I won. Now, your style, another hallmark of your style, let's say, is to marry up very up-tempo songs with very strong messages and deeply kind of confessional lyrics. And with Freeze to Meet You, that is no difference. Why did you make this song so upbeat, but then the message quite somber? Well, I wouldn't say the song itself is too somber. You know, the song is about things that are heavy, because it's inspired by my struggles. Basically, the internet revolutionized my life because, you know, despite people thinking, oh, you must be extroverted, you're taking the stage, you're getting up in front of hundreds of people. No, I really am not. Like, when I'm on stage, it's different because all eyes are on you. And that's fine. Whereas in social events with a lot of people, I just feel swallowed up by the crowd, and I find it really difficult to, you know, to get to know people. So the internet is something that changed my life because, you know, all the reticence that I felt about getting to know new people evaporated really. And I was able to get to know some of the best friends that I've ever had and not have the constant feelings in the back of my head that I do when I'm meeting people in real life, because, you know, for one, I'm a trans girl, and I'm constantly aware of the fact that I'm getting judged for not being cis, you know, and at the same time, I'm also somebody who doesn't have a very normative body in other respects. So it's a toxic habit, but I find it difficult to avoid comparing myself to cis girls, and then also to more normative trans girls. You know, and these things and my worries about, you know, how do I appear in front of people, and just the, you know, the dysphoria, the body dysmorphia, it makes it really heavy to live in the moment, you know, whereas on the internet, you are set free from your body, and it makes it so much more easy for me to get to know people and to strike up bonds. But then we always end in the same situation, which is people wanting to meet me real life, and I really want to meet too, but at the same time, I'm deathly afraid because I think, you know, well, if they meet me, then maybe I'll completely destroy everything that we had before that point, you know, and they'll see me in a different light, the dynamic will change, you know, and I won't feel as comfortable with them again. And they'll think different on me, not just because of my body, but also because I'll be so distracted with all these invasive thoughts that I can't be as engaging as I am over the internet. But why is the song upbeat then and up-tempo? Well, because it's also me trying to process all these feelings and to get beyond them, you know, and to be able to say, the people in my life who I've met on the internet deserve to meet me, and anybody who is truly deserving, the rapport that we have won't change based on them being with me in real life. In fact, it should get stronger. So it's me trying to process everything I'm feeling, hype myself up, you know. I think there's, you know, it doesn't have to be a sad or a down-tempo song to get some measure of closure. You can really dance some anxieties away, and I find that in itself to be quite powerful. Now, little do we know about your staging plans, but I've heard that you are you're bringing this motif of digitalization and of, you know, the division between the online world and the offline world, right? Yeah, I can't really talk much about my staging plans, but I'm trying to conceptualize the song quite strongly in the staging, and I'll keep a tab on that. But I hope that people will enjoy the staging in the video, and how it represents what I've gone through, and this whole idea of crossing this Rubicon between the online friendship and offline friendship. Well, Adélaïde, thanks so much for talking with us today. The whole country is behind you. We're wishing you all the best in Poland. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat. No, thank you. It's been an absolute delight. Thank you so much.